Hi, welcome to BS Garage. On this one, look, we've got door cards. So I make custom door cards, custom cards in the back, got some ceiling cards in there, do a bunch of stuff with the center console. It's pretty fun. Let's go. Gonna go ahead and start on interior bits for this car. Try to make it a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more quiet. I'm gonna start just basically on the front and work my way back with, things I have lying around that I know I can do. And then when I run out of parts, I'll order some stuff and then start making changes from there. But things I know that I have, obviously the inside metal trim, but it is the stock metallic-ish dark green. Well, I wanna make that black. It all needs to be cleaned up. That's the one that goes around the window. I also have some new tack strip here that I got to put in, and then some wind lace. So brand new black wind lace. It's going to class it up a bit. And then I have to make some trim panels in order to make stuff work, because obviously we're not running a headliner. We've got that DEI Jeep headliner up in there, which works out really well. Just going to make stuff work. But the first step I got to do, I'm going to clean these things up right here, paint them black so that when they dry, I can throw them in. And then I'll work on tack strip and wind lace. Got the majority of the window frames all prepped. Did some light sanding on them where they were the roughest. Cleaned them up, some wax and grease remover. And now I'm gonna paint them, but I'm not gonna paint them. I'm actually gonna use Plasti Dip. Might get some hate for this, but I'm telling you, this is a maximum result for minimum effort. Because it lays on so thick, you don't really have to worry about scratches or anything like that. It will fill that in. And it gives it a nice, slight textured satin black look. I already did the front windshield frames, and they just look amazing. So yeah, I like that look a lot. And like I said, it's just too easy. It's way too easy. And it should last. I painted a bunch of parts on that truck, like the side skirts and stuff like that, over a year ago. They lasted through winter, everything. So on an interior in a car like this that nobody's ever gonna touch, this is gonna be totally fine. So I'm just gonna spray these down and move on to the next thing. Working on the tack strip right now. So this has to go everywhere that the wind lace needs to staple to. It has these little tabs in the body that you gotta kind of bend down. Hopefully you don't break them off. And that will go inside there. You cut it to fit, bend the tabs back up in order to secure it where it needs to be. And then we'll work on stapling the window lace to that. Here's the wind lace I'm gonna use. I got this stuff on eBay. They sell it by the foot. So I just, measured out how far I needed, over guesstimated, ordered it. Came within a week and a half or so. But it looks like really good quality. They make it in all kinds of different colors or whatever you need in order to match it. So wasn't cheap. It was like $100 some odd, I think, in order to get all of it that I needed for both doors. But it should work and look nice. And I'm just gonna use my interior air stapler here in order to tack it to the tack strip. And it should look good. So let me get that knocked out and I'll show you. Working on the last part of the window lace here in this channel. The car has this trim piece that you have to install. It's held in by 4 screws. And it's got a channel in it, but you don't have a way to attach it. And you're supposed to push fit in the lace or the extra end. Well, I filled it with a black silicone adhesive first, and then I'm shoving it in. It'll help keep it stay there. And then I also added 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch high density foam that I picked up on Amazon right next to it. And that'll really help the door seal and keep all the wind noise and stuff out. But yeah, I'm just gonna wrap this up, and then I gotta put the sill plates back on. I got the wind lace all stapled in. Stapled the ever-living crap out of it. Both sides is done. Sill plates are back in. Next up, I gotta work on making a cover piece for right here. This is the old piece that the headliner would tie into. Obviously this is a headliner now, so I just wanna make a panel that comes up that I can wrap. That'll come, as this falls, as this, hold on. So that'll kind of come up to here and then across and over and then down to where the seat belt is. And then that back piece will be a separate piece, but this is a good template because it's the perfect shape that I need. So I'm gonna start making some marks out on that cardboardy plywood stuff right there. That's what I'm gonna make it out of because it's nice and flexible yet sturdy enough to screw in. All right, so I've got entirely way too much time into these, but they're fitting really good. That's not the hardware I'm gonna use. The washers are glued in, so there'll be a part of that, so it'll be like more of a pressure point so you won't end up breaking this stuff. But I like it because it's nice and flexible. And it's gonna work out great. So I'm gonna cover this either in leather or faux suede. I haven't decided yet. Once I get all the panels made, I'll pick out some materials and stuff like that. I know it's gonna be like a black, but I just thought I'd show this. So up here, this is just all metal, right? But I covered it in this stuff here. So I picked this up on Amazon. It's like a adhesive backing, like suede, almost 4 inches wide, relatively inexpensive, but I think it works great for just like covering stuff up without having to, you know, wrap it with anything because it has adhesive on it. Gives it a nice textured feel. And then once I get the visors on here, you really won't even notice that anyway. It's just not gonna be like, you know, gloss black like this stuff here. And then also I have this section of the window trim in, as you can see, and it didn't cover up everything that I wanted it to. So this section here was exposed, and I used the same stuff. So I cut a piece out that would fit exactly in there, basically stuck it on there. So you can see like this is where the tack strip and all the staples and stuff are. So that's just all gonna get covered up. And then when the window trim goes on, you won't even notice it. All right, passenger sides in, mocked up, looking real, real nice. And you can see those little holes right there. So both sides have that. And you might be wondering, what's that for? Well, I'm gonna make some oh shit handles. Basically the same thing I made out of the straps in the back to hold the subwoofer. So they're just some Dickies belts. And I made them also as pull straps on the doors here. I got another belt over here, and I'm just gonna cut it up and make it work. Fairly simple, fairly cheap. Like this is literally $12, I think. So yeah, just cut it up, drill some holes, put on some fender washers with some 1/4-20 hardware, and that'll hold it nice and sturdy. All right, had to turn the interior lights on to get you guys a better view of it. There we go, some oh shit handles mounted up. Plus, you know, it's nice when you're like cruising, you can just like hang on to that. Very nice. So yeah, like I said before, I got different hardware coming for this, and you won't see that washer. So they'll be black, and it'll blend in with whatever black material I decide to use for here. But I'm glad I got this piece knocked out because it's nice and clean, and you still get the light up top here. And then it's going to continue to flow down all the way in over to the rear window. But I'm out of this stuff, so I got to pick up some more of this stuff tomorrow, and then I can make this template. Then I'm also going to make the bottom cards in here, and then the door cards right there out of it. But we're making some really good headway. I got this whole side in and everything too, so nice, coming along. I do have to get the visors in. I'm just gonna use the visors that it came with. They're gray, I'll show you, and then I'm just gonna dye them black and then put them in. They'll look fine. Next up, I'm gonna make some new door cards. So that's some new material I just picked up from my local hardware store. It's like 14 bucks a sheet. Inexpensive. These are the old door cards. I could probably reuse them, but I just don't like the way that the trim's laid out. It's got some extra holes in it that it doesn't need, and I need to put extra holes in it that I do need. So I'm actually just gonna not try to make this difficult on myself. I'm gonna strip this piece down, trace it out onto the new stuff, and cut it out, and I should have a nice piece to work from. Passenger door card down, fitting real nice. I'm not gonna use this hardware in the end, but it does just kind of locates where the screws are in order to keep it tight against the door itself. And I've got a really cool like stainless steel mesh and then a black fabric that's gonna go in that area there in order to cover up the speaker, because I don't want to really see it. It's just kind of like should be an old school look. I think I'm gonna dig it a lot. I have the door frame, the metal, the accent metal in, all new hardware. But as you can see, I don't have the trim on there because it was pretty beat up. So I got some of this stuff on Amazon, just double-sided tape, kind of the chintzier looking chrome stuff. But you know, it matches the chrome belt line that goes all the way around the car. So this is what I'm gonna use to replace that with. Should be simple, easy. I'm just gonna clean up that edge right there and stick this stuff on and cut it to fit. All right, update time. I did a little bit of a speed up on you, but driver's side door all done. I also got the rear panels all done and holes cut out for the speakers. And then also the rear sail panels made. So those were a giant pain in the butt because I just sat back here with a huge sheet of cardboard paper and just made a template and just kept cutting and trimming until it had a nice decent shape that fit this really well. And then when I made this piece here, I actually scored the backside because it has to flex around in order to meet up with the window, the rear window really good. I still have the rear window trim to put in. I mean, I might just wait to do that until like these are covered with leather or whatever I decide to wrap them in. But honestly, this is turning out really freaking cool. Yeah, I'm liking the progress on this a lot. Moving on to the center console. So I'm just paneling it up and I'm keeping it super simple, super easy. This will eventually get wrapped, but I'm using some really thin ABS plastic here. I started out with some paper templates that I made. Just keeping it, like I said, super simple. Cutting it out of this thinner ABS plastic, and I'm attaching it just using some Velcro. So I'll use the two-sided Velcro on the backside there, and then onto the center console itself, and it just sticks on. It'll be good to go. I still got to make like center tops and all the other pieces, but just wanted to get these main sections done. I might do a cool like design element in here eventually, but for now, I just want to get everything paneled up. All right, check this out. So I made this cover piece right here just now, and then I heated it up, bent it up. Everything's held in by Velcro, and I absolutely love it. So I'll be able to like, you know, pull it apart if need be, real quick. No screws, nothing to worry about. Added a USB charger right there for the phone and everything else. This is looking really good. Once that's all wrapped and stuff, and once I do like some kind of like design element in there, I think it's gonna look really good. Still want to make a cover for right there. I don't know what I'm going to do next, but I still got to do like the back half of it too, but I don't know if I'm going to do an armrest off of there or what. So I'm undecided on that. I'm just trying to get as much as I know I can knocked out, but it's feeling more comfortable, more complete, and I absolutely love it. All right. So one more thing I thought I'd share with you guys. It's kind of a cool little trick. Maybe some of you know about it, but maybe you don't. It's called magnets. So I got a bunch of these phone magnets lying around. I put 2 of these together in order to make a stand for my phone, but I put magnets in here, got magnets here, so I'll be able to take my phone and just set it there. And it won't move. It's nice and stuck there. Same thing up there. Won't move on that. I can also take the phone mount it where I want, mount my phone to it. So yeah, that's my old junk phone, just as an example, because my new phone I got to film on. Does that make sense? Sure. But yeah, no, you can see what I'm going for there. Nice clean setup, and that way you can take everything off. And my draggy actually goes right there. I don't know where it is. I think it's on my toolbox somewhere, but that's a nice little addition. But yeah, awesome. That is where I'm going to call it for this one. Got a lot done, got a lot of the panels and stuff knocked out. Still kind of undecided on what I'm going to do. If I'm going to still make a back seat or not, I don't even know yet. But when we get closer to that, we'll get to that. But I did run out of materials. I've got leather on order. Really excited about that. I'll take you through that on how I'm going to sew all that up by hand and make everything fit, work, and look awesome. So again, if you guys made it this far in the video, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Got a lot more coming up. We're gonna take it out this weekend. That'll be the next video. It's me prepping it for that. Should be fun. Thanks for watching, guys.